Good afternoon, YouTube, or should I say good evening. How's everyone doing? It is exactly almost 8 o'clock. I guess I'd say it's probably about 7:45. I'm not sure. I can't tell on my phone. So got some weird and honest things to talk about, and things that I can kind of relate to. A lot of it's going to be music, economics. First one I want to talk about, and this will bring up, is Megadeth's new album. Oh, wow. So there's rumors that Dave Mustaine is in the studio right now doing vocals for possible songwritings that have been produced already. This is super exciting because I've been waiting a long time. I don't care about the concert anymore. It sucks. It's over with. I just heard the news about there will be no huge crowds in like the Moda Center and big sporting events until at least the end of September. Sucks. Whatever. It is what it is. Then I'm also hearing that, oh man, somebody just put out a new album. I can't remember who it was, and they're already working on it. I'm trying to remember who it was. Give me a minute. They have literally just put out an album, and they're already putting a single out. I can't remember. Fuck, man. I literally can't remember right now. It's not Hatebreed. It was just this band. They just came out with an album, too. The other review that I want to do is Pearl Jam's new album. I haven't heard it all, but it's an amazing album. They did a really good job on that album. I think that's probably a lot better than their last album, in my opinion. Just because I'm a huge fan, and... Man, this tastes weird. Just because I'm a huge fan, and I like their music that they put out. I've been a Pearl Jam fan since... I've repeated that twice already. I apologize. I've been a Pearl Jam fan for probably about 12 years now. I started actually really getting into them around the time I was getting into Alice in Chains. I was getting into Alice in Chains when I was like 19, 20, so that was like 10 years ago if you think about it now. 2010, 11. Yeah, I've been listening... Actually, probably a lot longer than that. Probably since 2001, so if you count that, 15 years, probably. So, yeah, Eddie Vedder had some really good... Oh, man, dude, he really did a good job in this album. I was so impressed. My favorite song is probably... I think it's called Curse of the Clairvoyants, but I'm not sure. Yeah, man, I'm trying to think. There's other stuff. There's rumors that Metallica might be making a new album. I don't know. I'm sick of hearing that. I actually want to see proof. Oh, man. Okay. So, oh, shit. I'm trying to remember. Now, there is one thing that I want to talk about regarding Five Finger Death Punch's new album. I loved it, but I'm getting tired of them cussing, man. They need to put out an album where they don't cuss. Trivium only curses a little bit in their songs, and it's just ridiculous. I'm hearing rumors that they're going to be putting out new singles for a new album possibly next year, so those guys are just whipping out albums like crazy. Beautiful day outside, I may add. Not really much going on. I want to talk about this bee thing because I brought it up in my last video. So, I don't know. I feel like it's wrong that we're killing them because they have a right to be here. I mean, there is so much more room here than there is in Japan and parts of Asia. Asia is a big country, man, but it's not as big as the United States. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm sure the Hornets eventually and bees will find a way to get along. Eventually, there will be a huge war between them, and eventually nobody's going to win, and everybody's going to give up and go, "Fuck it, you win." Excuse my language. I don't know. There's no time to tell. I can tell you right now, I don't want to be stung by one of those bastards, dude. I've not had very pleasant experiences with being stung in the past. I've been stung by hornets, bumblebees, honeybees, wasp. Not gonna lie, I wouldn't mind being stung by that Asian hornet just one time. It would be excruciating fucking pain, dude, but I'm sure I'd survive it. I'm not going to die by one sting. It would take 3 or 4 stings, but for me, 3 to 4 stings. If I'm not to the hospital in probably less than an hour, I'll be dead. It's not a joke, guys. These bees are fucking lethal, and I heard they even eat you after they kill you. Like, what are they, fucking velociraptors with wings? I'm like, no. I'm sorry, man. I still have fight in me, and they're trying to sting me. I'll tear as many of their heads off as I can while they're stinging me. But I don't know. Who knows? It could be the way that we die. I don't know. But here's the other thing. Maybe not, because, guys, I've been hearing a big rumor. You guys want to talk about climate change? Here's one for you. So blow your damn mind. So there's been rumors and reports by several weather companies saying that there is going to be a massive snowstorm coming this May. In September, in summertime, I don't think so. If so, we're fucked. Because that just shows how bad our climate really is. I'm serious, guys. If we're having snowstorms in summer, there is something seriously wrong there. That's some day after to remember crap right there. Day after tomorrow. That's why I don't think the bees would be able to survive if we had a massive snowstorm like that, but in my opinion, we need to save these bees, man. They're actually really important. I feel proud that we have big-ass bees like that here, man. They may be deadly, but if I die by bees, so what? I've been a huge fan of bees my whole life. Studied the hornet, studied the wasp. I studied Asian hornets too, man. Those guys don't fuck around, dude. They're almost as lethal as the Japanese hornet, but not quite. European hornet is number 1 on... No, sorry. The execution wasp is number 1 on the list, so... Never... That's like getting stung by a black mamba, dude. Fuck no. Excuse me. Pardon my French. I'm trying not to cuss. Like, I'm learning. It's like... The problem with cursing is you... And I think that's what's hard for most band members, especially Ivan. I think he adds cursing in there because I guess that's obviously a part of his personality. So, I don't think he means to. I don't think most band members mean to. I think it just kind of goes in there when they write the song. So, I would like to see, honestly, in my opinion, I'd like to see Five Finger do an album with no cursing. It would be so good. That would definitely be an album I'd probably get on vinyl, so. Don't get me wrong, this album was great, but still, too much cursing in it. I didn't like that. It's like, come on, guys, you don't need to make a great album. You don't need to curse to make a great album. Anyway, you guys want to see something funny? You guys notice anything right here? Yeah, I'm going bald. By the time I'm 35, this will probably be all gone. And then I'll have like an airbender strip right here. So I'll just shave this. You're still going to be able to see the hair, but it's going to be very hard from far away. Because it'll blend in with the, this will all be gone, this will be gone, but the hair will kind of blend in with the baldness. So that's what most people do when they lose their hair. For my brother, for instance. Holy crap, I feel bad for him. But you know what? I don't feel too bad because I'm going to be joining him soon, so... Part of the family is... Yeah, there's actually something else exciting that I want to talk about. So, this isn't for sure yet. I wish my brother luck on this. But he's training. He's wanting to train to be a police officer for St. Helens. So, I'm really hoping that works out for him. I'm really hoping that he would be able to overcome the problems that he has so that he can do that. Because I would love nothing more for him to be a cop, dude. Literally. Like, it's what he's been wanting to be a cop for a long time. Really, really, really long time. I can't even think back to how long it's been. But went from wanting to join the Army, which would have been great too, but not everybody can join the Army, let's be real. My friend Steven can quote on that one. Thank you for your service, Steven, if you ever do watch this video on YouTube, man. One of my longtime buddies. I'm not friends with him on Facebook no more. I had to get rid of my Facebook, as you guys know. So, I should probably stop doing this. I'm eating all of this and not really paying attention to what I have in here. Yeah, oops. I screwed up. So, yes, there is no meat in this, believe it or not. I'm dead serious, guys. There's no meat. Why? This is kind of... It's going to be kind of hard to explain because I do and I don't. I may have pre-diabetes, but it's not official. There's been no actual proof that I do, but I've been having a lot of symptoms that have to require with that, but I think it has to do with I think it has to do with the major injury that I had back, let's see, 2018. Because up until everything started getting really bad. I started going into more pain because before I had that wreck, man, I had more energy and I was able to do things. I think that when I landed, and I had told you guys about this, I talked about this in my video like 2 years ago. This is following, now I'm going to be continuing into that video because I never really did go back to really what happened. So, in Bend of 2018, I went with my dad and my stepmom, and we went mountain biking. Beautiful, beautiful scenery. I love it. I would love to go back. There's this place over near the Sisters and Mount Bachelor that you can mountain bike, and if you're not careful, it will really fuck your shit up. Excuse my language. Apologize. But it's the truth. I didn't really need to use that word though. I'm not kidding though, man. I've seen people wipe out on this thing, and it was just like, wow. And it happened to me, so I became one of the victims. They call the trail whoops. Now they call it whoops because people seem to lose their balance when they go on the winding roads down. That wasn't my case. My case was I ended up going too fast and not slowing down, and I didn't catch the jump correctly. I went off, but I didn't pivot my bike the other way, and instead of not pivoting my bike this way, I caused a flip, which was really bad because when the bike flipped, I ended up landing on my back and near my hip. Dude, it was so bad. I don't even know. I should have just stayed there and waited it out, but my family wanted to continue biking, which was really kind of not cool because I could possibly have made, around that time, I guarantee you I probably made the injury worse. But at the same time, maybe not. So there's been a lot of pain here in this leg. Also, I had fell down the stairs last weekend on my mom's old house, and it was a shit storm. It was the same area where I had landed on my back. So it wasn't just this side, it was the whole area. When I had wiped out, I really wish I wouldn't have done that because it was stupid, but I didn't have any money and I didn't want to replace a $2,000 mountain bike, so it's just bullshit how they charge so much for that. Anyway, so I didn't want to risk it, so I threw myself out in front of the mountain bike, which was really stupid, man, because if I have to have surgery, it's going to suck. Luckily, I'm covered. I think what happened was when I had went off that jump and landed. So I'm going to be honest, guys. I have not felt right since. Not at all. And ever since I've been working out, it's just excruciatingly painful. It's great. It feels good because it helps my body. It's obviously fixing the injuries and everything, but it's not to the point where I don't feel 100% to where I could do a lot, and it sucks. Because I feel like I might have... Everything here is fine. It's this area that is just screwed, man. I don't know what I did. I really wish I would have went to the doctor after that, but I was going through the depression, man. I was so not focused. I was in my own world, dude, and I had broken up with my ex at the time, so it pissed me off because she had left me for another guy, so... But... I was just, I needed to grow up a few years before I fully realized what was going on. And yes, I had long hair back then. That's where the whole saga with the long hair thing started, if you guys had seen my videos. So, Yeah, it sucks. I don't like talking about that, but you know what had to been done had been done. So, but yeah, so it's been causing me a lot of pain. I've had problems with these legs, this knee and this leg for a while because I've worn steel toe for the past 3 years on and off. When I was working at Coke and GP over for Exceed Enterprises, I worked at GP in Portland, and I had that job was actually a lot more hardcore because you bend down more. So I think I was putting a lot of wear and tear because first off, my legs weren't strong enough to sit there and walk in those shoes because those are steel toe, and you have to have the right comfort, the right balance. And I was reading about this, and I think it might have gave me some tendonitis in my feet, and it causes numbness in my. It's not fun, man. It really sucks. It pisses me off, man, because it's like I feel terrible because I've treated my legs like shit for over 10 years. I've been nonstop walking. I don't take breaks in between, and honestly, my body, now because of it, my body's making me pay the price, making me slow down. And believe me, it really has. Like, I want to walk fast, but I don't got that energy no more. I don't have the energy I once did. I feel like it is slowing down. I'm getting more tired, but I'm still able to work out. So, and because I'm able to work out, it keeps my testosterone and energy up. So, yeah, that's the number one thing that you want to do when you get older, especially when you hit your 40s, is stay in shape, guys. It's not a joke. Even if you're getting little exercise, but you're doing more sitting down and you're eating a bunch of sugar and drinking stuff that isn't good for you, you're most likely going to get diabetes or become obese. So, now, that's the thing I wanted to talk about. Um, Somebody's going on there's a lot of rock stars and musicians that are going on plant diets right now. I can relate to that because I'm trying to do that myself. Now, I'm going to explain why they're doing that. Millie from Creator is a perfect example of that. So, the problem is being vegan makes it a sin because you obsess too much about your body. God wants you to live your life without obsessing about your body and what you look like. I'm not doing this for looks, man. I'm doing this because I'm trying to keep my health up. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I look damn good. But, yeah, because you know you look damn good when you're looking at yourself in the mirror constantly. So, but anyway, so I'm guilty of that if you guys have seen some of my Instagram videos. I am probably a lot more toner and muscular than that now, though, because I'm eating the right foods. If you're the thing, and part of the reason I'm starting to eat a more plant healthy diet is because, yeah, meats are great and all for when you're working out, man, but it's not really about the meats. It's more about fiber and protein. Because if you don't get fiber and protein, you get this thing called fibromyalgia, and gosh, dude, I read the symptoms of that. I pray I never get that. No, 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 no. But you know what? The thing I've learned is you can't stress in life, man. You're gonna face things in life that you're gonna have to overcome, or either you don't. So we all live and we die. You know, it's just a matter of living your life until you're happy enough. You know, if you were satisfied enough with your life and you're happy in what you did, and you had God with you, I don't think God would judge that, because the only thing that He would judge is your sins. Now, most people don't repent from their sins; they don't care, and that's where God goes, well. And people are expecting to be not left behind when you're doing shit like that. It's not, no judgment. I'm not even, see, the thing is, this isn't judgment, because I'm not even pointing out to anybody. I'm just saying in general with people. So with me, I'm able to realize it. Going back to my Christian ways and learning to be a Christian again, I'm able to realize things and mistakes that I make without pulsing, like cursing, man. You guys have all experienced it in this video, so you know how bad it is. I'm working on it. I really am. It's not easy. It's one of the hardest things to learn, because when you grow up in a family that constantly curse, like my dad, for instance, it's just kind of, it becomes an addiction. It's like, when somebody else curses, you have to be able to control the impulse not to curse. And most people pick up on that and go, and then they start doing it too. It's like yeah, it's like a virus. It spreads from one person to another. It's just, I don't know. That's what I mean by cursing. I think we need less of that in this world. But there's consequences, and with consequences comes sin, and when comes sin comes curses. Now, people don't realize that profanity or cursing, the reason they said that is because when you're talking about somebody and you're cursing, you're basically literally cursing them with foul language. And I don't sound respectful. I sound like an idiot. I totally agree with what that person said in my last video. I was offended because I didn't quite get what that person was saying, but they weren't trying to be rude. They were actually being honest. And I do need help in some areas. I need serious help. Like talking of, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, dude. I have a lot of some off and on weird occurrences where I will sit there and talk to myself and not realize it, but it only happens when I'm trying to get ready or I'm doing things. And I don't know. It's just weird, but that I get it. It's really what I said, and I went over that video and I didn't understand why he said what he said, but when I watched the video I was like, yeah, I kind of agree with why he said what he said. Now, the reason he did that is because he must have went into a couple of my other videos and viewed what I said and then went into that one. That's how people judge you. Now, judging isn't necessarily bad either, because you can use judgment to try to correct somebody in the right way without insulting them. He didn't do that at all. He didn't do that. He just said, wow, dude, you need help. I don't understand how that's even bad, honestly, or insulting. That's just saying you need help. Go get it. And yeah, so I was taking therapy for a while. I'm working on it. You know, getting control of your anger, man, is not something that's easy to do. So, but yeah. But I want to go back to talking about that Megadeth album. So, a lot of people are like, I've had a lot of people ask me how I got into Megadeth and why it irritates me, honestly, because I could have been listening to them so long ago during the 2000 era that I had no idea, because I was getting into other music. I didn't have a lot of things growing up, so I wasn't able to search music like that. So believe me when I say it, I'm not joking. A PS2 and a TV and a VHS player isn't exactly, and no internet isn't exactly a way to get into other music. So that's why I tell my brothers, you don't know how easy you have it. You guys have all this stuff. I didn't have that when I was a kid. No bullshit, dude. Like I'm actually 29 years old, man. 17. When I was 17, that was. Dude, that was like 16 years ago. A long time ago. So, yeah, I can literally say when I was a kid. Yeah, anyway, enough of the points I'm trying to prove. I just look idiotic. Sorry, guys. But, yeah, and that's the problem with parents nowadays. I'm not trying to call anybody out, man, but kids are not going to learn any education if they're on their phones and video games constantly. Now, Chris Tyler Brown from the band Trapped makes a good point, and he's been called out about this more than once. And I'm kind of sick of watching it, because it's horrible. Why do these people go on just to they just go on just to, start shit, and it's like he's let it go. I get it, he probably started some things, but you know what? It's because you guys come at him, so I don't understand it. They're all talk and no bite. They get all freaking offensive when he freaking calls them out. I guess it's both sides. I mean, it's been a lot of drama with that, but basically what I'm trying to say is, yeah, there's a lot of problems. And video games in general. And It's a way of controlling you. I mean, you don't ever gain any exercise. I do agree with that one comment that dude put on Twitter. People, there's nerds who do get exercise and leave their house because, man, I'm gonna be honest. I'm kind of a nerd myself. I do play video games sometimes, but that's the thing. Back then, I'm always been a gamer. I always will be a gamer through and through. I mean, I might even buy an Xbox soon. I don't know. I'm not gonna get lazy though because I got things and priorities I got to do. So, you know, a game is not as important as your lifestyle, guys. No offense to gamers, you guys are awesome, but think about your health. Think about keeping yourself healthy so you can go on and do what you want to do, because it's not worth it. Just even getting a little bit of exercise a day. This is why people die from diabetes, because they don't ever take the thing in mind and go, hey, maybe, you know, I've been inside for too long. Maybe all this food that I've eaten is just sitting in my fucking bloodstream and not going anywhere. So what it does is it clogs up your bloodstream, and you get high blood pressure, and people wonder why they go obese, man. I mean, hello? It's not hard to figure out. I'm not calling gamers out, man. I've been one myself. My little brother is one, so I honestly got to watch what I say. So my little brother is actually in really good shape for how he plays games. He sits up there for a very long time, but still goes out and gets exercise. See, that's the thing with me. Like, when I had PS2, I'd put in like 6-7 hours, and then I'd go outside for like 3 hours, enjoy my time, come back in. Sometimes I'd stay outside for 5 hours. Sometimes I wouldn't come back in at all. I mean, there was times when I was a kid where my brother would be like, you want to play video games? I'm like, nope, too busy enjoying outside. Nah, dude, I'm sorry, bro, but that is what it will always be. I think that is the one point of being a Christian, is realizing that materialistic things don't matter, but realizing that yourself in general and taking care of yourself in your life matters more. I just wish that parents would be able to get that through, because those parents know damn well, because they've been in that place. You know, some of those parents have the ability to teach their kids, but they're just too busy and they have things going on the side. And I get that, you know? I mean, a lot of parents aren't home to sit there and to school their kids because they're at work, you know, or to scold their kids when they get in trouble. So they just kind of get away with everything. But yeah, this video is pretty much my review on certain things, you know, and like the whole cursing thing. I don't like cursing, man. I don't like when I hear it. I don't like when other people hear it, because when I hear there's people who cuss when they're intelligent too, but it's like, why do you need to cuss at all? I mean, you're obviously an intelligent person, dude. You don't need to curse to prove your point. I mean, you've already got it. This one guy that I got into it with thought I was going to insult him, and it never even went out that way, and he was beyond shocked. He was like, I don't think he expected it at all. Because most people nowadays insult you for your personality. Nope, not me. Sorry. You can frickin' be as rude to me as you want, but I'll still tell you the facts about who you are, and, you know, and I'm not going to sit there and be insulting about it. I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to be respectful about it, because there are things in people, and I think that's the problem in society. A lot of people lash out because they feel like they're not, you know, they feel like they're not wanted. In a way, I think, in my opinion, the reason why people act so angered and most people are homeless is because they just stop caring, because people stop caring about their needs and well-being. You're not supposed to give up on a person, dude. That's messed up. It doesn't matter what they go through. I mean, they're eventually going to crawl out of the darkness sooner or later. But and then they die, and then especially drug addicts, man, they die, and then that person blames them. Oh, they should have done a better job. Well, you know what? You should have been there to make sure to keep him out of trouble. But at the same time, it's their life too. So it's your life, and it's at the end of the day, it's what you do with it and where it goes. The direction that you go in your life, whether it's negative or positive. So I think the reason people lash out on people is because they don't get recognized. They don't have people telling them what their purpose is in life and how they're a good person and what they do. Because regardless of people's sins, there's always, when there's sin, there's always repentance too. And a lot of people don't realize that. For instance, I'll give a perfect example. I knew a guy that was a heroin addict for a while. It was really sad. His name was Jordan. In 2015, I had watched him shoot up in his apartment. It was really sad. I just didn't know what to say because I was so young back then. I was just like, fuck, this sucks. And eyes had rolled, and then like his eyes had rolled in the back of his head, and then like 30 minutes later he wakes up, and it's almost like this, whatever this thing was inside of him wasn't him. He didn't make any sense. He lost coordination. He ended up homeless for the longest time. Then something amazing happened. He reached out to God. I saw him a year later, and he was not skinny, not on drugs. He looked sober. He looked better than he ever had. And that's the thing. And people don't think that I don't care about them. I'm just not around because I'm busy. I would love to be around to help people. I would love to be around to be there for people to help them when they need it. Because honestly, I think that's all people need in life, is for someone to be there, to sit there and say, it's all right. You've done good. So, people don't have that. Look at these people on the streets, man. They don't got people to tell them that. They don't have people to say, hey, you can get through this. It's going to be hard, I know, but you'll overcome it. Most of them turn to God. Most of them don't believe God. They don't believe that God is actually out there to help, but he really is. You just have to be willing. You have to have faith. When you have nothing, and you have nothing to give left on this planet, and there's nothing left, and you just want to give up, that's where you turn, and you repent. And then you start to realize there's more. Because you realize in the afterlife there is something out there. There is something eventually that'll happen. There is something there waiting for you in the afterlife. And it's that gift. Man, I didn't mean to go all preacher, guys, but I could really, really, really tap into that, therapist type zone. So, or motivational speaker. I should have been one of those. School, there would always, like my friend Cody, we've been friends for 10 years. And, no matter the shit we went through, no matter the stuff that he did, we had our ups and ons because of issues. I still respected him. I still love him because he is like a brother to me. And I've been there for him so long. And he realizes that. When you're there for somebody, and, maybe it's not even all the time, it could be for just a minute, they start to realize, hey, maybe this person actually does care about me. Maybe they're not out to get me. Most people think that nowadays because people take advantage of people and it's fucked up. No. Fuck no. I've never been raised that way. I've always been the one to be taken advantage of. Literally. And I've had a lot of friends who get pissed off. Actually, I had one friend who marched up to somebody's house and asked for the money back. And he said if he didn't get the money back, there was going to be problems. And I was like, bro, we don't need to go there. So, yeah. There was my, there was my good friend Austin, I was friends with him through my longtime friend Derek, which I would like to reach out to him. We don't really talk much anymore, but that's because I don't make the effort to reach out to people. I don't even have Facebook or Messenger anymore. So if anybody is on Facebook who has me on YouTube, no, I didn't ignore you. I'm still there. I'm still going to be able to help you. If I run into you, I guarantee you I'll see you. I mean, you can get hold of me through Instagram. I know a lot of people don't use Instagram no more, but guys, I got to tell you, the reason I gave up Facebook is because I'm just tired of it. It's a joke. I mean, people put memes and it's the same old shit every day. It's just annoying, dude. I am so much more at peace now that I don't have Facebook. You don't even know. You guys only wish you knew, man. Fuck Facebook. Excuse my language. Literally, quote unquote, from what Seth Rogen said. But anyway, no. People have a purpose in this life. People just don't reach out and ask for it. I think that's the problem. So, it's like people with Joe Biden, man. I can go on about that guy all day. Yeah, he's corrupt, man. He's had a lot of things happen in his life. Probably got into some things in a dark road. I mean, he's obviously not accepting repentance. And he's old, man. I mean, I'll be damned if he lives for another year. It's really sad, man. It's really sad to watch people pick on people when they try to keep their passions alive and people try to destroy that. That's just not cool at all. Take Chris Tyler Brown from Trapped, for instance. People try to tear him down no matter what. The guy has so much potential. He is such an amazing musician. He has written some amazing songs, and honestly, I have to say to the haters, fuck you guys. No offense. You guys got nothing better to do than go on and harass somebody on Twitter. Most of you, I've even checked, none of you are even following him. You're just on there to troll. And I think that's why he gets so pissed off, and it's annoying. I'm serious, guys. Go check it out. Go look at Chris Tyler. Go look at the page on Twitter called Trapped. And then Chris Tyler Brown runs the website. I just can't believe how nasty people are. Just the things that they say to him, it's just so ridiculous. The only reason he calls people out is because people call him out. I mean, is he not allowed to defend his band? I mean, that's kind of not right. What, is he supposed to keep his mouth shut and not say anything? I feel like Chris is a cool person. I feel like we probably could hang out, but I feel like he would probably I feel like he'd kind of get annoyed of me because of the way my disability is. So, I mean, there's a lot of people, but it's not even really about that. It's how you present yourself around people. And I think that's part of the problem today is people don't know how to present themselves properly to where they can get that person's attention without offending them or pissing them off. So I'll give you guys a perfect example. Charlie Zelenoff, former YouTube troll, had a lot of mental problems, and it took him a while to get it that he couldn't assault people in public. And I think he's obviously has a disability where he loves boxing, and he's always wanted to box. And dude, some of the most sinful, hideous things and comments went towards him. I think the reason he has a lot of demons is because people have picked on and bullied him. And honestly, if he becomes a shooter, guys, it's because you guys made it happen, because you guys kept enabling him. You guys kept getting under his skin. A lot of shooters, I think, become shooters because they feel like they're ignored. They feel like they're rejected. I feel like a lot of the shooters probably could have been saved if they would have had the right treatment and right therapy and had people there for them. But sometimes you can't help everybody. Sometimes people are going to lose grasp of, their sanity. They're going to lose grasp of their sanity, and they're not going to be able to sit there and keep it together mentally. So, but the story with this dude is that he would go into a gym and challenge people to fight. I saw it. I laughed at first because I thought it was a joke, but when I started seeing it, it wasn't so funny anymore. It's kind of sad. I can't laugh at somebody who has a disability of mental disorder because I have the same thing. He did a lot of things, man, but you guys got to understand, man, when you have mental disorder like psychosis or schizophrenia, you're not mentally there. Literally, you can tell that person until his cows come home, they're not going to get it. How many times did people tell Charlie to stop talking shit? That didn't work. No. He lashed back and sit there and started calling people bitches and saying he was going to beat their ass. And I get it. He's trying to boost his ego, man, because he doesn't have any friends, and it's really sad, dude. Like, you guys, you realize if he commits suicide, it's a lot of people's fault because they bullied. It's called cyberbullying, people. And it's fucking disgusting, dude. It's just, yeah, I just can't, as a Christian, I can't wait until God comes, I can't wait. I can't wait until God comes back and puts judgment upon this world, because it's long, long overdue. I know he's out there waiting for me. It's pretty obvious you guys know who I'm talking about. Jesus. I know he's out there. People don't pay attention, but he's everywhere. It's kind of like the devil. The devil is the air and the fire and the earth, and people don't People don't grasp that. They think he's like an entity, or like it's like people with their album covers in metal, dude. What is that shit? Why do you gotta? What is that? Well, I don't understand that. Why do you gotta sit there and put demonic artwork? Like, it doesn't even, Satan doesn't even look like that, dude. I mean, I've seen what he looks like. He don't look like that. I've seen blurry images of what Jesus looks like too, but no, dude. That's, okay, now that right there is where you guys are gonna start to think I'm crazy, but I'm not, so. It's happened several times. It only happens when you're weak. You know, when you're weak, demons start to fuck with you. When you're positive and uplifting, I feel like you can communicate more with God. But people are just like, you're crazy, dude. You need help. No, I don't, guys. I am exactly sane and where I need to be. So, thank you very much, but thank you for worrying me, but I don't really need it. It's cool to know that people care. Even if they're being insulting. They may be insulting about it, but at least they're being honest. Maybe because they do care about that person. People want to see change in the world. People don't want to see... It's going to come to a time in the end of tribulation where things are going to get so bad that people are going to wish that they had turned back to their ways and went towards God instead of going towards the devil. We'll find out in the end. A lot of people think that Satan's going to win too. I don't know. It's not for me to say, you know? This is like a movie. It's like you gotta watch, or it's like, all right, let's put it this way. It's like a wrestling match. You gotta try to figure out who's gonna win it. You gotta figure out who's gonna win the title, and you gotta figure out what the plans are and what the plot is. That's exactly the same thing of what God is doing. Nobody knows for sure. Only God. I can tell you right now, though, dude. Satan was created by God, so if Satan thinks he's gonna be able to beat God, good luck. That's all I can say. Good freaking luck. I'm not taunting, dude. I'm being serious. You people have no idea how powerful and the capability of the things that God can do. He could wipe us all out right now if he wanted to. People, you guys don't even know, dude. People act like he's not real, but you guys keep taunting him. We're gonna find out soon what's really gonna happen. I'm not judging, and I'm not wanting death, man, but death is what we're going to get, man, if we keep going the direction we're going to go. Because, and it's already said in prophecy, so it's going to happen anyway. So, anyway, enough about that. I don't want people to think I'm nuts. I already have people thinking I need to go to a mental asylum. Okay, whatever. This person was like 40 years old. All right, boomer. Yeah. So, especially the drug addicts, man. What scares me during the tribulation time is that they're not going to have drugs anymore. And if they do, most of them are going to get possessed because they're going to fall weak and vulnerable. They're not going to be, they're going to lose sanity inside of who they are. Their soul's no longer going to be there. It will be sold and bought. So, and they will become very possessive and evil and try to kill you. It's the whole point of the thing where it says in the Bible, they will bring you up to the tribulation and kill you. They. He didn't specifically say who it was. He said they. Matthew verse 24. You can look it up. It's pretty awesome. Just try not to freak out when you read it, okay, guys? Because it's kind of like, when I first read it, I was like, holy crap. And then I was like, oh, you know what? I'm not surprised. You start to read more and more into it, man. And it's never was a lie, guys. And I'm going to try to explain this the best that I can because people think that the Bible is man-made. Guys, it was man-made from experience. These are visions, things that people who were wise, who stayed with God and didn't lose faith, actually experienced. They were rewarded, guys. They weren't human. They weren't normal human beings like us. They were chosen. It's like the people in heavy metal who are naturally gifted to play guitar. Started playing when they were 15, but they naturally learned to start playing. If you're taking guitar lessons, you're not naturally born. So it's the same thing. but it's not really the same thing at the same time, because everybody who had followed in the Lord Jesus Christ, and the 12 disciples up to people who'd followed in God, were all worthy. They were all holy. They did what they could to, either if they had sinned, they had refrained from it. Look at Moses and Aaron when they rebelled against God, and God had said they were going to die for it. So people in the Bible, people say that the Bible says a lot of things about killing. Well, duh. That's what Revelation is. So, anyway, guys. Excited about Megadeth's new album. Hopefully it'll come out soon. Probably next year. We don't know. So, there hasn't been a confirmation on it. I'm looking forward to Lamb of God's new album as well. But, anyway, I gotta get going. I've been on YouTube for too long, so if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. I can't even remember if my YouTube title is Thrash God 91 or not. I need to get rid of that because I was really in a weird place. So anyway, guys, have a great night, and I will see you in the next video. Peace, guys.